What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the second round of today. Continuing on with the PGA Tour schedule. Was a couple days late on the last one, but like I explained there, should be the video right before this. Took about 2 weeks off for a couple different reasons, one of the main ones being weather. This has probably been one of the most wet, rainiest summers I've had here in recent memory. But really nice today out. It's actually a bit on the cold side, believe it or not. It's almost feels like a spring or fall day. It's pretty cool, low humidity, a little bit of a breeze, but we're out here, happy to be playing. Played decent on the first one, but like I said, expectations were low for not swinging a club in 2 weeks. But for this video, we are playing. It's always nice when the PGA or the GSPro names match up with the actual name of the course, but we're playing Castle Pines Golf Club. This is in Castle Rock, Colorado. And I saw there's some mountains out here. It looks pretty awesome. This is home of the BMW Championship going on from August 22nd to August 25th. And the course designer from this one is Mashy. So we're going to see how we do. We're in the mountains of Colorado. Usually I would assume high elevation, obviously, in Colorado. It's always a factor with kickers and whatnot. Geez, that's like down 50 yards. Wow, this is a massive tee box, a massive possible drive here. And plus the pros here that are going to be playing, they're going to have to factor in altitude. I keep all that the same, like I turn wind off and I keep the same elevation for all the different courses, but their drives, they're going to have some massive drives here on this course if that's the case, with a 50-yard downslope plus the actual elevation of Colorado versus like sea level. That's going to be pretty crazy, but hopefully picking up where I left off last round. Just literally finished that like 5 minutes ago, so just reset things here. Playing again. Swung driver pretty good. But again, low expectations. We're not playing for a while, so just kind of slapping it around, hitting it, and hopefully we kind of pick up where we left off on that halfway decent round for the first one. But for the rundown, link in the description. I also pin a comment usually, but check out the Amazon link. I'd appreciate if you guys are interested in any of these things, or just if you do have your do any of your regular Amazon shopping and you remember, just click that link beforehand. It gives me a small affiliate commission. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost. Doesn't cost you guys a penny extra. And as I explained, basically that small little commission, I think it's like 1% maybe, or like a 0.5%. I'm not sure what it is, but basically that just goes to me for referring the traffic instead of Amazon themselves keeping it. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, 5x4 hitting mat. That's holding up pretty good for how cheap it was. Callaway Superfast balls, 10x7 nets, and GSPro here with some awesome graphics on my gaming laptop as a simulator software. So without further ado, let's get back into it here before I cool off and tighten up too much. First hole, par 5, 637 yards with 50 yards of downslope. So I was swinging driver decent the first round, believe it or not. Just trying to have that feeling, a little bit of kind of slinging, flinging, whatever the type of feel you want to have. Basically just releasing the club head and kind of whipping it through. Seem to be hitting things a little bit harder without really swinging harder. It doesn't feel like I'm mashing and swinging out of my shoes, but I'm getting some decent ball speed, so we'll see if that continues. And then in addition to that, just trying to experiment a little bit with some little bit of hip movement before the takeaway. But let's see what we can do here. So 50 yards of downslope. If I actually get this up in the air and off the tee, this could be 300 yards easily. So we're going to aim here. Pretty nice wide open tee shot too, so if I can get this up in the air, this thing is going to go forever. Not terrible. It's actually drawing. This may get into the rough and kill some distance, unfortunately, but that is way, way down there and way up in the air. Geez, carried 290 in the game, rolling out to 213. That's fun. That was actually pretty close to the center of the cliff face again. Didn't feel like the quickest. What were the numbers on that? 106, 150. I've been right around all day today. Almost every single drive has been in the neighborhood of 106, 107. We'll see if that continues, but that's one way to start it. We're in the rough, unfortunately, just barely. But it is a par 5, so we've got 316 yards left. I guess, well, the 50 yards of downslope, that was total, so we still have 14 left, so I guess there was like 35 yards of downslope there, but Garmin had that at a 245 carry, and there was 290 yards, in the game. So yeah, right around 45 yards extra in the air, and then plus the rollout. Fairways are normal and greens are normal, so we're gonna go 3-wood here, despite that tree being there. Go there. I'm just worried about that, but if I can launch it here, I think that's the play. And on top of just being complete washout rain days, there's been days where there was like a very low percentage chance of rain, and it would end up raining multiple times. So there was times over the past 2 weeks where I debated coming out in the afternoon, and I'm glad I didn't, because there would be showers that would pop up. And the reason why I'm saying that is some of these clouds are getting a little bit darker. Don't think there's nothing in the forecast, so I should be all right. But it's been not the best scheduling wise for some of the weather. Left, that may hit the tree. We got through it. Not terrible. 147. I hit that pretty good again. 243, I think I saw from the Garmin on the carry. That's a pretty good 3-wood. That was hit pretty clean. That usually doesn't happen. That's about as good as I can hit them. 243 carry from the Garmin raw, and 244 because we were out of the rough, so that was about the same in the game, and it rolled out to 264. Things are looking up here on this first hole. I'm sure things will maybe not quite start going our way once fatigue starts creeping in here. Going on, haven't already played 18. This is the 19th hole up through 36. But those are two pretty good swings in a row. 64. But as they say, drive for show, putt for dough. Downslope's going to come out left, so we're going to try to put this close here with a 56. I think I'm going to hit. First course I played, they had firm greens. So you got to remember not to account for as much rollout once it hits. But I'm going to go 56, and I'm looking, I think, in the neighborhood of about 55, 60 yards of carry, which is a little bit of a guess. But see if we can pull it off here. Toey pushed it a little bit right. Flew it pretty close to that, and it almost stuck, but that's going to be a par. Almost snuck it in there for bird, but that's a good start. I'll take that. On to the second hole we go. Second hole, par 4, 411, down 20 yards again. Wouldn't mind, I would assume, because there's so many, I'm sure you guys can see the mountains in the background, and a lot of these tee boxes, or at least the first two, I guess, are elevated. I would assume throughout these next 16, 17 holes, there's going to be some holes where I'm hitting up a decent amount, but wouldn't be unhappy if there was like 75% of these holes where I'm hitting down off the tee, especially with driver. Get a little bit extra distance, help the ego a little bit. All right, aim there again. Let's see, 18.4 yards of total downslope. I don't know how much of that is off the tee, but this could be 280, 290, possibly 300, depending on how I hit this. Fell out of it a little bit, lower towards the toe, but it's down the middle. It'll work. Get some legs and roll out. Didn't launch it as good as the first one, but still got 290 out of it, so leaves us with 120, down about 3 yards, a foot shy of 3 yards, so 217 total. It's going to come out left, and we're on a downslope. We'll go right there, and it's going to be about 80-90% approach wedge. I hit this about 125 full the first round with that little bit of hip twitch that I got going on to kind of preset. I was catching them thin, and I was hitting them, probably hitting on average my irons about 5-10, sometimes even 15 yards further because I was catching them thin. So that could happen here, which is why I said usually I would just take a pretty full approach wedge here, but try to choke down a little bit. We'll see what happens. Oh, that was about as toey as you can hit it, but this may work. And work it. Oh, we just got it to work for a birdie. And when I say toey, that's what I mean by toey. You guys can see that was hit over here. So that was like onto like the chrome finish part of the club. That wasn't even, that was half on the grooves, half, it was like 2/3 off the grooves, and we still got that to work out. So P770s, not the most forgiving clubs in the world, but for a shot like that, you still do get some forgiveness out of them. All right, 1 under through 2. Third hole, par 4, 465. I mean, the course graphics obviously themselves are always awesome, but the fact that they can even like incorporate just like the background mountains with the snow and everything is just so cool. And it literally never gets old. Usually get a better look and feel for it after, like once I edit it and post it, so I can kind of watch it, versus here I'm kind of focused on talking throughout this, setting up my driver and stuff. I'm not kind of taking it all in, but just some of these preliminary looks that I'm getting, setting up the shots and whatnot. All right, what are we doing here? So it's kind of split. 265 there, the pin's up and to the left. It's like almost like a dual, there's that like ravine down the middle. There's almost like a dual fairway here. Can we go here? And that brings that tree into play a little bit. I guess we'll go this way. This is, so that's 269. That's a carry number. I don't know if that's going to happen. Granted, it is 20 yards of downslope again, but I guess we'll go there and see what happens. I think it doesn't, usually you would see up in here, the red is where we are. That's that thing we were just flying over up in here. It would be red if it was out of bounds and you couldn't play, so it'd be unfortunate if we end up in there, but we will be able to play out of it if we do, in fact, put it into that deep stuff. But low heel line drive, but we got over it. That's probably thanks to the downslope on that one. Hung back on it. I almost completely topped that. That was very low, but we got away with it. They should have nicknamed this Sim 2 Forgiveness. I love this club. So much more forgiving than the Stealth 2. And for how poorly that was hit, to be able to get 258 out of that. 215 left, down 7, and we're in the rough. So brings us to 208, and then the rough 208. The rough is 6%, so 10% would be 21, 22, so like 10, 11 yards. I'm gonna go 5-iron, play it to about 215. Gonna fade more than I want, but it wasn't hit horrendous. Stay right there for a +2. I think that's the green. All right, par. We'll take it. Kind of got up and out of that shot versus having my chest stay down and through the ball a little bit, but got it to work. 1 under through 3, fourth hole, par 3, 219, but it's down 10 yards, so 209. I think that takes the 5-iron out of my hand, and I'm going to go 6. No water yet. Doesn't look like there's water here, which I definitely don't mind. Still, I'm coming up and out of the shot. It's going to fade a ton again. That actually felt pretty good contact-wise, but it's going to be short right. Ooh, that's not great over there. That feels, the way I'm hitting them, I'm actually striking the ball pretty decent today, but just those little bit of wayward and mishaps I got going on are not quite resulting in the best shots in the world, but it feels like I'm pretty close to squaring up really good. That's like, felt like about a 90% there, good swing, just that extra 10% that I gotta figure out, but Now we're in the deep rough. This should be interesting. So if I press B here, it moves it aside. So I guess, I mean, this is the ball over here. We're like in this. So we've got 28 up 5, brings us to 32 or 33. And then the deep rough is 21%. So I still don't know if the 21% is on the, like the total. So is it on like the, is it on the 28 or is it on the 28 plus the 5? Not that that makes a ton of difference, but would help to know for sure. Either way, that's going to be, what, 6 yards? So we're just shy of 40 here. Oh, we're on a downslope. This is going to be tough. I guess I'm just going to open up a 60 and swing kind of hard at it. Usually wouldn't play a 60 closer to 40. I would usually go more towards the 56, but let's see what happens out of here. This is a hit and hope. Gotta open this thing up and get it up in the air. Or thin it. And, oh, we got out. Alright. That was pretty bad. But we're out of it. Talk about coming up and out of the shot. That was a thin to lose. Alright, greenside bunker, 16 yards. Making a mess out of this par 3. We're hitting 3. We got to hold this out for par. Inner circle for bogey. Upslope's going to come out a little bit left. What's this green doing? Kind of all over the place, huh? Alright, we'll leave it there. So 16 up about a yard, and then 25%. It's like 3. So 20 total. In between 15 and 20 of carry will be good. Drop kicked it a little bit, but this may work. Sit. Alright. Bogey, from how poor some of those shots were, is not the worst thing in the world. So back to even. 5th hole, par 4. 4-8-3. My voice is actually, feels a little bit raspy. Haven't, like I said, swung a club, let alone come back here and recorded, but talking basically for 2 hours straight by the end of this. All right. Up 13 yards this time. Hold, draw, hook, but pretty wide fairway, probably be into the rough. Out of the center again, but overdid the whole releasing the club thing. Again, 106, 151.8, 262 total. Not the worst in the world, but we're in the rough now. 230, up 9. Gonna be 3-wood, and it'll still probably come up short. Aim over here. It's gonna come out right, almost 3 degrees of right slope. Could use another one of those flush 3-woods and it'll probably still come up short because we're looking at, call it 240 and then 6%. Probably that's another 12 yards. Maybe we get it there. Thin, it's gonna be right, but it's gonna be up there. All right, pin high right, split the 2 bunkers, got a little wedge shot here. Hitting 3 into this par 4, 14 yards out of the rough, up a little more than a yard, so yard and a half, 15 and a half, and then call an extra yard or 2 maybe from the rough. 15 yards of upslope though, so it's going to launch high and land soft. It's going to come out left, so probably get away with pretty close to 12, 13 yards of carry. 10 probably gets it done inside the inner circle, but with the normal greens instead of the firm that I just played, not as much rollout, so I got to get it there a little bit closer. Should be pretty good. Yep, take that. We will take that. Another par. 6th hole, par 4, 413, even through 5. Dogleg right by the looks of it. We got a tree here on the right side of the tee box. Some crazy undulation with some of these, with like the slopes and moguls and whatnot out into this fairway. I think there's a decent line. Kind of a weird tee shot here. This would prevent the people like the pros from being able to cut the corner. Granted, it's up 14 yards too, so, but these trees so close to the right side of this tee box kind of forces you to play more out to the left. Don't read. That would have been just a low line drive, duck hook left. It probably would have been fine. May have caught the fairway, but that was pretty bad. Let's not do that again. Free mulligan from the Garmin, luckily. Same thing, that was even worse. That was even lower. It wasn't as far left, but drive is going down the tubes here. We're in play. Somehow, it was a massive fairway. We're in the fairway. 216 on that one. 105, 147. It's about as low on the face as you can hit it with still making contact. All right, 207 up 13. Down slope. Let's try the 4-iron. Haven't hit that yet today. Don't even remember the last time I hit 4-iron. Actually, maybe I did the first round. I think I had a little bit of a tree trouble. I think I hit 4-iron to get it through there. Problem is, playing these rounds back to back, some of the shots, they all start blending together. I forget exactly what happened. Hanging back up and out of it. This may be out of bounds. And it's going to let us play. Wide open on the club face, over the top, across it. What was the spin axis on that? 15.4 to the right. Yikes. Now we gotta battle these trees to get out of here. So this is where we are. We're right next to this big tree. We may actually be able to get out of here. I don't know. 33 yards up 5. It's gonna come out left, which I'm just gonna have to live with because I can't aim it further right because of this tree. So I guess 60. We're in the deep rough. We'll go 56. Launch it a little bit lower, kind of run it up there, maybe. I need about 33. We'll call it 2. So 35, and then the deep rough is 21%. So that's like 6 yards. Yeah, 40 total. See if I still have this 56 degree 35 yard shot in me. All right, not quite, but oh, we're still gonna have to chip it. That was close to what I was looking for. I don't know if that snagged the tree at all. 30 yards of carry from the Garmin, only 21 in the game and 25 total. Just short. All right, 8 yards. We had a bunch of these little tester shots in the first round, so at least I'm used to it. Again, normal fairway or normal green, so it's not going to run out quite as much, but 8 yards, we're on an upslope. It's going to come out a little bit left, lane there. Green's going from right to left too, so looking for about 6 yards, which probably about bottom of the net, just shy of that maybe. Pulled it left, but sit. Got away with it. Bogey. All right, 1 over through 6. 7th hole, par 3, 187, down 13, so 177, 174. Huh. It's either hard 8 or a soft 7. Where is this pin? Back-ish. Guess we'll go 8. 8, I think, puts us on the green, maybe. Play to the front side, let it roll. Maybe just on the green, gets us away with par. 7 would get us there closer, but possibly too much if I hit it thin. And I'd rather just take a full club versus trying to choke down, feather something in with a 7. Toey again. It's going to be, no read. It's going to be toey and shorter to the right. It wasn't hit horrendous, but I'm going to keep my chest over the ball and my weight forward, down and through it. A little bit better there. Oh, brutal. Felt like a pretty good strike. Thought that had a chance. Maybe not though. Only 154 carry from the Garmin. Made sure I stayed down on it more. I did catch it a bit heavy, but tough in between number. All right, not the easiest shot here now. 20 yards and it's a downslope. It's going to come out towards the right. So we're going to go here, 20 yards up about 1.5 yards, almost 2 yards. So 21, 22, greenside bunker 25%. So it's like 4 yards, 25 total. If I did my math right. 60 degree. Pushed it right, but man, it was short. Had a ton of spin on it. Dropping another stroke, another bogey. 2 over. To the 8th hole we go. Par 5. 576. Teague's definitely creeping in here a little bit, folks, but I haven't completely destroyed the scorecard just yet. Wow, look how narrow this is up here. Need a good tee shot. This should, if I can land it about there, this should kick funnel down into the right, I think. A little bit better there. Still a little bit low, as you can tell by that launch, but that's just going to be a low runner up the middle. Soft bounce in the rough, but that's all right. We're in play. 104.6, 148. speed's dropping off, but still a long way home. It's going to be a 3-wood, I think, unless I'm going to be running into trouble up there. I think it'll be alright. Go about here. We got some room. Like I was saying on the first round, hopefully just, even with not even an ideal strike, just run it up there and have a short iron into this. Should be fine. Wow, it's, oh, I don't know about that. 16.4 spin axis to the left. That felt like a pretty good straight strike. It may have been a misread there. That did not feel like that big of a, that's basically a snap hook. That didn't feel like that. I felt like I released my hands pretty good. I felt like I squared that up. Maybe an unfortunate read there. 236. Hit it with 145 ball speed. Carry from the Garmin was 232, only 225 because we were in the rough. 236 total. That probably would have rolled out. Oh well. 121 up 6 in the rough again, so 127. It's going to come out right. 127 and then plus the rough. So I'm just going to go pitch and wedge. Don't even need to do the math on it because approach wedge isn't going to get there unless I hit it really thin. So very toey. It's going to have to go. Maybe not. Got there. Toey though. Alright. Back on the par train. On to the 9th. 2 over through 8. Par 4. 4, 5, 8. Today would have been a good day. I said it in the first one. Today would have been a good day to probably play a couple tee boxes up. But sticking with it like I usually do for this back tees. Trying to not make it too easy on myself. This is a practice round. I do want to kind of challenge myself. So sometimes it's good practice having those longer to mid irons versus a couple tee boxes up. If I hit it halfway decent off the tee, then I'm hitting a lot more 8, 9 irons into greens versus, you know, like a 3-wood or on a shorter par 4, maybe like a 4, 5, 6 iron type of shot. Ooh, I don't know if we can go that far left. There's that tree there. Problem is there's water short and there's water right. All right, we're gonna have to go there, and we need a good straight tee shot. More straight than distance on this one. I left it out to the right. Not too much though. I think it'll be all right. Better contact on the club face on that one. Wow, speed is dropping way off. 101.8. I feel like I kind of definitely didn't try to swing super easy on that one. I would have thought that would have been closer to what I was hitting before. But 151 on the ball speed. 250 carry from the Garmin, 262 in the game, 280 total. Leaves us with 174 up 11, so 185 total. And I got a delivery or something. Dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably Amazon dropping something off. What did I just say? That took me out of it. 185. 7 iron, I think. A little bit high toe. Not terrible though. A lot of spin axis to the right. Probably gonna have to chip this. Alright. Hit it halfway decent. 60 degree here, try to save par. So we're on the green, it's still making us chip. Surprised they didn't give us a 2-putt. So what is this, 21 divided by 3, that's like 7 yards total. The green's sloping pretty hard. So we're gonna have to go here and need to fly this like 3 or 4 maybe. So like 1, 2, 3, about here. If Garmin will even register that. Well, it was like a foot past it. The problem is that's such a delicate shot, it's almost like I need to hit it a little bit harder. Yeah, I don't know, I may need to open it up, fly it higher, hit it softer, just so it can register. Something that delicate is tough. Alright. That's all we're looking for par. Back 9 we go. 2 over through 9. 10th hole, par 4, 495, down 32. Here we go. Let's see if I got another maybe 290-ish in me with the 34 yards of helping downslope. Granted, that's the total, so it could be actually relatively flat off the tee, and then it could be way further down going into the green. I don't know. There's no way to tell that I know of, but aim right there. It was straight, but it was high on the face. This is going to stay in the air longer. This has a chance. Go. 277 in the air. 290. 300. 301.7. Yes, on a shot like that, especially with the downslope, saw how much it stayed in the air, plus that high on the face launches it higher, just stays in the air, versus if that's a good one, I guess, to hit high in the face versus low. Well, that's one way to hit at 300. That was only 104. That wasn't even 150 on the ball speed. It was 149.2. 194, down 10, water short right. We're on a downslope, so 184. It's either got to be pretty well struck 7 or kind of a smoother, softer 6. I guess we'll go 7. If I lose this right, it's going to be wet. So I aimed out to the left. I'm going to try to start this a little bit left too. A little bit chunky, but I did start it left. This should be fine. May need to go a little. Alright, that works. Not a ton of movement on that. That's pretty much spin axis 2.5 to the right. That's not bad. And like I said, I aimed left, started a little bit left. That was hit relatively square. Just a little bit chunky, but we got that to work. Happy with that. Was that a birdie? What was that? We're 2 over? Did we get up to 3? No, that was a par. Alright, so we were 2 over. We were 38 on the front. That was a par. Alright. 11th hole, par 3, 199. Down 22. So, 200. It's 180. 177. Did I do that right? So 200 minus 20 obviously is 180, and then 3 yards. 177, I believe. Another one of those in-between numbers. I like playing the 7-iron closer to 180, 185. The problem is the 6-iron is closer to 160, 165, so it's right in between. I guess 8-irons are better. I'm going to double check this pin placement. I think 8-iron, if I hit it halfway decent, there's water short. The pin is back right. 8-iron I think puts us to the front, maybe even the middle of the green if I hit it halfway decent. And I've been catching them thin, so... Toe chunk. This may be wet. Go. Carry. Go. Go, 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 go. Big bounce. Not big enough, but we're dry. Bogey. That sucks. That was a +3 out there. It's probably the right club. I hit that very chunky and very toey. If I didn't hit it quite that bad, that would have got there and been pretty good. 7-iron would have been way too much. Alright. 3 over. 12th hole, par 4, 448. I'm liking a little bit of the hip twitch. I'm kind of what I said in the first one again. Did a lot of the talking of what I was kind of thinking about and trying to do in the first one. The second one always ends up being kind of repeating myself a little bit, but kind of been watching some good videos. Obviously, Bubby goes pretty crazy with like the twitches and whatnot, but the guy Nick Delfico, he's big on Instagram. Dude absolutely hammers the ball, but if you see, it took me a while to figure out exactly what he does, but he kind of just gets a little bit of forward press with the handle and opens his hips up just a little bit to start his swing, and then he brings it back. So I think just getting a little bit of movement and momentum, starting left, coming back right, probably gets a bigger, deeper turn. Seems to be helping, adding a little bit of distance on some of these shots. All right. Oh, that's left. Kick right. Massive fairway, so we got away with it. That was a pulley, heely, draw. 184, up about 3 yards, so should be a better 7-iron distance here, I think. Strike dependent, obviously. Oh, it was hit hard. It's popped up a little bit though. We'll see. Maybe short right. Yep. It's crazy how a shot like that can feel so good. Contact felt good. It's just either coming too much over the top, across it with the club face open. Probably a combination of both. It's close though, close to squaring it up. There's a little bit of mulch that I kick up when I'm stepping into the mat. It drives me nuts. I like having a nice clean mat, nothing that catches my eye as I'm walking into the shots. All right, just off the green, 12 yards total, in the rough, upslope. Go about there. Think about 8-10 yards in the air. Thinned it a little bit, but this may work. Actually a pretty good distance. Shouldn't have gone as far to the left. All right, Another par, 3 over through 12, 13th hole, par 4, 428. Five yards of downslope. Another heel draw. It's fine, it's just not exactly what I'm trying to do. It feels weird coming off. Only 252 out of that one. 104, 151. Leaves us with 179 down 9, so 170 total. It's gonna have to be a 6 iron. Or not, what am I saying? 6 iron. 8 iron. Getting delirious. Thin, headed right, we'll see. Catch a piece of the green. Nope. Up and out of the shot again. $60 to save par, shall we? 16 total, we're in the fairway. Come out a little bit right. Probably 13 or so yards in the air. Chunked it a little bit. Works though. That was one of those that would have came up short in real life, but with the mat, same thing as the driving range. Sometimes you catch it, drop the club in, and you catch a little bit of mat before. It almost accelerates it, and it skips off the mat. So instead of digging up some turf as you would in real life on grass, it kind of just skips off, and you almost drop kick the ball into it, or drop kick the club into the ball. All right, another par though. 3 over through 13, 14th hole, par 5, 621 yards, down 32. I wish I got to get back into the habit of trying to increase distance. This would be a good course to play if I was feeling like I was hammering the ball off the tee. I could hit some absolute bombs with all this downslope off these tees. This one, I don't even need to hit it even really that great, and I can still probably get close to 300 again. I mean, I average about 265, so that extra 30 yards. Another heel draw up the left. Oh, Garmin has that fading. Felt like another same strike again, but may actually work out if it's coming back. 290, 300 maybe? 295. 106.5. Swung it a little bit quick on that one, but so that was lower in Healy again. Only 150 on the ball speed. It's close to being good. All right. Only 322 yards left. Granted, 13 yards. Oh, wow. Okay, decision time here. 250 puts us right into the stream. We've got to come up short of that, I guess. I was going to go, I was assuming, it was like 90% sure I was about to hit 3-wood here because we're so far away, but especially with that downslope, we got an extra 13 yards on this. I don't trust myself enough to hit it good enough to get over that, so we're going to have to pull it back and play for about here. So that's 201 and then minus the 13. I'm just gonna go, 7. Could probably hit the 6, but 7 makes sure no matter what I'm short of that water. No, it's definitely gonna be short. Another heel or toe strike, but that was the smarter play. That swing I could have hit the 6 for sure, but wasn't trying to necessarily do that. Good layup though. Don't usually do that. Still got 194 out of it. 165 carry from the Garmin because of that downslope. 183 from the game. Leaves us with 128. Down a yard. Alright. Well, again, water short left, so if there was not water there, I'd probably hit a full approach wedge, but I'd much rather be long than short here, so I'm going pitching wedge, and if we're backside of the green or even off the back, better than dropping a stroke of a penalty with a water ball. Ooh, that's got to get down. That was really thin. Way long. Well, I got my wish. $152-yard pitching wedge. Yikes. Maybe I could, if I hit that, could hit the approach wedge and sculled it there. Alright. 25 out of the rough. 60 degree. 6%, that's not much. It's like a yard or two. Probably looking at a little over 20 yards in the air. 22, 23 maybe. Thinned it again, but he snuck it in there. Save par. It's one way to do it. Hanging a 3 over, 15th hole, par 4, 433. 4 holes left. Water again. Nine yards of total downslope. Another draw. Unintended draw. At least I'm releasing my hands in the club. That one too, because I've been drawing those last couple, I aimed a little bit further right. 249, yikes. Alright, 183 down 7 out of the rough. And we got tree trouble and we got water trouble. So 176 and then 6%, call it 9, 185. See if I can sneak it over there. It's gonna come out right. This is a tough shot. It's gonna be a 7 iron. We'll see. I could probably punch maybe like a 4 iron, because like I had to aim left. It's gonna come out right, and it's on a downslope. Problem is I can't aim that far left because we got the tree, and then we got water up here, short right, basically all along the green to the right. So we're gonna have to go there and try to stay over it, kind of low and left. I'm gonna club up one actually. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go 6-iron, play it back in my stance, and not try to do anything crazy here and just try to run it up low and left. Could be famous last words here, but oh, it was definitely left. Alright, all things considered. It's close to the shot I was looking for. Bunker shot, try to save par. Greenside bunker. We're on an upslope, which is good. It's going to come out left. 14 total. Up, we'll call it 2 yards. And then 25%, so like 3. So we're like 19 total. Probably open this up, fly it in the neighborhood of 15 to 20. Never know out of these bunkers. That's gotta go. It went a little bit. Didn't catch that very clean, but we got away with it. Alright, another par. 16th hole, par 3, 206. Up about 2 yards. Oh boy. What are we gonna do here? No water, it would be a good 6-iron. May have to pull the 5. I guess there is room. And we can still hit the 6, I think. I just can't leave it short left. Came out left, I chunked it, but it's gonna fade back right. We'll see. Go! Get a bounce. No. No. Flag, what is this? What's flag line? What does that mean? I hit it just in the out of bounds area. Wow. So it didn't go in the water, that stayed up. I thought we were gonna be able to chip that, but I guess so we landed it right in here, which was just the out of bounds. I've never heard of flag line. I don't know what that means, but flag line, I guess, brings you back. I don't know. Well, that's unfortunate. We were dry. That wasn't even that bad, but penalty stroke, I guess. We gotta take a drop. That sucks. I should hit the 5, I guess. 34. Up about 2. Out of the rough. Pretty significant downslope though. 17 yards of downslope, that's a lot. So I'm gonna go 60. We'll see. Hit and hope situation. Well, that works. Oh no. Wow, rolled back. That sucks. That was almost really good. Is it still going? It's still rolling. Don't tell me this is going to go off the green. If we have to chip this. Oh, there it goes. Yep. That's unbelievable. Alright, hitting 4 into a par 3. This sucks. $12 yards total. Up about a yard. 13. Probably going to land at 10. That sucks. Those were 2. That 6-iron actually wasn't even that bad. We got unlucky there with that penalty area. And then that was actually really close to being good with that 60, and we got unlucky again with that rolling all the way off, so. Golf gods are not with us on this one. What am I doing? I was aiming for like a 20-yard shot here. 12 yards, so I gotta hit 10. Oh, when I chunked it almost into the hole. That was a chunk skull for a double bogey almost in the hole. Not how I anticipated that hole going. 2 holes left, 5 over through 16. 17th hole, par 5, 533. Hopefully I can get over that water off the tee box. Alright. Up 34 yards for this hole. Yikes. Better swing there. Can feel though. Oh, Garmin missed it. I was going to read dead straight. Can feel that was good contact, but the speed was definitely not there. Only 150, and that was good contact, so 250. We were hitting up into it, but speed's dropping off relatively quickly here. Close to the end though. Alright. Well, this is an interesting look. 275. Can we play 3-wood up here? Sneak it by those trees? I mean, at this point, we're 5 over. It's not like we're protecting a really good score. There's nothing super dangerous to hit into, I don't think. But as long as we can skirt it by this tree on the left. Heel draw left. Oh, we gotta buy it though. Not gonna go very far, but I can hear my neighbors out playing with their kids. They must be like, I don't know, throwing the ball or something, but I've heard them, they keep going, whoa, whoa. I've heard that like 20 times. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background a little bit. The kid must be doing something, and every single time they're just going, whoa. Alright, 61, down 5. Upslope, it's going to come out a little bit right. So, did I say up 5 or down 5? 61 up 5. So 66 total. We'll go 56 and we'll see. Don't love this distance. I like sticking to around 50. I feel good with that, with a 50-yard distance with this club, but this is a little bit of a hidden hope. Kind of experimental of how much I need to choke down, how hard I need to hit this. Toey may need to go a little. Yep. Close. Close, but no cigar. Blowing up the scorecard. I had a halfway decent round going. Now we're falling apart. 8 yards. 24.9 degrees of upslope. Okay. So 8, up about a yard, 9 total. Got to fly at about 6. I want to get up and over this rough though, so I'm probably going to open this up and try to launch it kind of high, kind of soft, right at the bottom of the net. Kind of drop it in there. Not like that. That's horrendous. Bogey. That was deserved on that. That's a horrendous wedge shot right there. I almost shanked that completely. That was partial shank. Alright, up to 6 over. Final hole, 18th hole, par 4, 471. More trees. Trees galore. Alright, I'm going to swing out of my shoes on this one. Why not? Nice clubhouse in the background. I kind of want to go over there. I don't know what they're doing, but they're very excited. Alright. Let her rip, tater chip. Low line drive, 106.5. That's right around where I was earlier today, first round. I wasn't swinging nearly as hard. I tried to actually lifted my left heel up a little bit, try to get a little bit extra on that, but that's what I was saying with the fatigue and speed creeping down. I swung pretty hard at that and was basically right around the same speed as I was swinging a little bit smoother, or a lot smoother, 18 holes ago, or I guess at this point 36 holes ago. But leaves us with 223, up almost a yard. It's gonna come out left, which I actually like, so I'll aim there and it'll start left. Let's try the 4-iron. What the heck? This would be nice if I get actually a close to full 4-iron distance out of this and hit this right onto the green. Real life, who knows with the wind and whatnot. This is a tough, 4-iron's so inconsistent. Usually play the 5-iron to around 210, 215 total, so in theory, this thing should go about 225 total, which is what I'm playing it to, but that's on like a flush strike, which are pretty few and far between. It's gonna be right, but it was hit pretty hard. Close to the distance, or pin high right, but just way right. 219 on it, into the rough. It's tough with those longer irons, swinging harder. It's tough to feel like I have enough time to really square it up. Alright, 21 yards over the bunker, out of the rough. From a downslope, so just gonna have to open this up, launch it high, land it soft, right around 20 yards. May need to sit a little bit. Sit. All right, par, I think. All right, folks, take a look at the scorecard. Wrap things up here for today. From Castle Pines Golf Club in Castle Rock, Colorado, home of the BMW Championship going on from August 22nd to August 25th, right when you guys should be seeing this. Usually I do these for the Friday rounds, so you should be seeing this Friday. Course designer on this one was Mashy. We ended up with a 6/78, so all in all, not that bad. Felt like I was on the struggle bus a little bit on the back nine, but 2 over on the front for a 38, and then 4 over on the back for a 40. Only 1 birdie, mostly pars and bogeys, same thing as the last round, and then that 16th hole double bogey, 5. Take a look at the stats: 11 pars, 1 birdie, 5 bogeys, 1 double. Longest drive 301. Don't say that too often. Average drive 263. Average ball speed 150. Best ball speed 151. 26 putts, 1 sand save. Hour and 10 minutes. 33% greens regulation. 6 out of 18. Somehow we hit 10 out of 14, but there were some pretty big fairways, pretty big landing spots. So 71%, that's not too bad. I like that number. Want to obviously have, like I say all the time, both of these numbers be at least 50%, if not ideally closer to like 75%, kind of like these fairways, but not the best iron striking performance hitting the green, so that's kind of low, but 0.2 handicap for this round. So there you have it from Castle Pines. Actually pretty cool course. I actually enjoyed that one, and like I said, maybe if I'm come out here one day where I'm feeling pretty confident hitting a driver pretty hard, I could possibly see maybe 315, 320 on some of those tee shots with, I mean, I didn't feel like I was swinging it that great, and we got a couple of them, like you guys saw, over 300. If I could get an extra 10, 20 yards of speed on some of those shots when I'm feeling better, maybe if it's warmer out, I could possibly see, like I said, some really big bombs from how much downslope we had. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Check out that Amazon link in the description, and if I pin a comment, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.